All right, now I have my cropped photo, which has had its levels optimized, right? From this to this. I've saved it as another name, so this is Carl Crop 1. Then the last step I need to do is I need to resize it. I have to make all of my cropped squares the exact same pixel number. So I go up to Image, Image Size. I'm going to make each crop 3 inches by 3 inches by 350 pixels per inch. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to resample. So you want to have resample checked. And so every one square crop is going to be exactly 1050 pixels by 1050 pixels. For almost all of you, because you have high-res cameras, even if you cropped just a small part of your picture, this will reduce the size of your image. So notice that mine went from being 13 megabytes cropped to now only 3 megabytes. But that's okay. Always better to go smaller than bigger because you're not asking the computer to make up information that way. And it's still print quality. So now I have that crop done. I can minimize it because I'll be using it later. And now I'm going to do the crops for my other two. I'll do them pretty quickly. I'll just walk you through it. Use the crop tool. Hit return twice to get rid of the default crop. Hold down shift. Find the square I want to crop to. Can play with rotation. Play with placement. Excuse me. Play with the size. And if you want, you can do it multiple times. You can save multiple versions of the cropping if you're having trouble deciding. It can be hard sometimes to limit yourself. Yeah, I like the original one better. All right. And this gives you a lot of artistic control. How you frame the shot, how you crop it. And you can use your arrow keys for just slight adjustments, little nudges. Okay. So then remember, you make a duplicate of your finished crop and you adjust the levels one more time to make sure they're nice and even across the histogram where you want them. And then you're going to go to image size and you're going to make it 3 inches by 3 inches by 350 pixels per inch. Minimize it, last one. Make a duplicate, adjust your levels one last time. Or just make sure you're happy with them. And save it as a new name. Okay, so you should all have your name and then crop 1 through 3 as Photoshop files on your desktop. And you got to remember to size them. So image size 3 inches by 3 inches by 350 pixels per inch. Okay, now with all of them open in Photoshop, I'm going to say arrange, float all in Windows. 3 by 3 inches by 350 pixels per inch. So window, arrange, float all in Windows. Now I want to view these next to each other. So I hit F9. And I can view them all at the exact same size, right? And even just on your screen, you can play with arranging them. So which one should go in the middle? And you actually will need to know this for the next step. And we'll get better at making artistic decisions about series and things. Huh. But playing with different arrangements is pretty important. You might even decide that you want to rotate some of your images. So this I want to rotate. So I'm going to go to Image or Edit, Transform. Actually, no. I want to go to Image and then Image Rotation because I'm going to take the whole square and move it 90 degrees clockwise. Image rotation. I can even flip it, flip the negative, and you're allowed to do that. Horizontal or vertical. And I kind of like how that works because I have this strong kind of diagonal to the compositions. So if this is the way I want mine arranged, it's always worth playing with it. See? Yeah, I think I like this better. It's kind of your eye line comes in here, kind of goes up and it follows through, and then it's bracketed by this. So if this is the way I want, then I need to start with my crop 3. And the first thing I do is while they're cropped, they all look good, they all look even. I can adjust my levels here if I need to. I might just take the levels of this one and push them just in terms of matching the others, push it just a little bit brighter in the highlights. I can see I'm still not losing any information, but I want it to feel like it has the full value range of the others. Okay, so now I have to flatten each one. I have to take all these layers down. So I go to Layer, Flatten. Layer, flatten. Moves it all down to one background layer. Layer, flatten. Now using the cropped image you want in the middle, you're going to make a duplicate, and then you are going to say image canvas size, and you are going to grow the paper around your middle square to be 12 inches wide by 9 inches tall. And you want the extension color to be white. Okay? And then you can hit Command 0 to fit it all on screen, and that gives you your square composition and a duplicate layer of your square composition floating on top in case you want to rotate it or move it. This is the piece of paper that we are going to bring our other photos onto. So how do we do that? Well, if you hit Command semicolon and Command apostrophe, A command apostrophe will turn on and off your grid. And if you sized everything right, you'll see that each box is a full inch and each little box is a 1/4 inch. And so it all measures out perfectly across the 12 inches. And you want to have your rulers turned on, which you can turn on with Command R. It's all under View Options and Show. So Command apostrophe is the grid. And then we're going to use the Move tool and we're going to make guides. So you click on the ruler and you drag to the edge of your photo and you'll get this thin blue guide, which will help you line up your others. So you do it on all 4 sides. Then you turn on your grid with Command apostrophe, and you're going to put guides a 1/2 inch to each side of your center image, and it will lock to the grid. Then you're going to use your Move tool, and these are flattened, and you're simply going to drag and drop the photos and nest them into that position. Drag and drop the photo, nest it into that position. And this is now your finished project. If you hit Command semicolon, it will hide your guides for you. So that's what our contrast study should look like when we're all finished. I'm going to save it as Carl Assignment 1 PSD to the desktop. And then that's my working format. It has all 3 layers. So if I wanted to adjust it or rotate it, like I take that center one and I want to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise, I can do that. I can move them around. That's why I have this PSD file. But then I need to save the one that I'm going to put up to the class photo bucket to turn in. And so I go to File, Save As a JPEG, same name, Carl Assignment 1. I want to make sure that it's not bigger than 5 megabytes. And if it is, I have to take my quality settings down. But all of ours should be around 2.5 megabytes. And even at the fullest quality. Save that. I know it seems like a lot. Go to Photo Bucket, go to the right assignment, and the way you navigate to it is through the library. Go to Photo Assignments, in the drop-downs, go to Assignment 1, and on this screen, that's where you're going to click Upload. And I actually don't click Upload here, and I don't drag them here. I click Upload up here. And the only reason I do that is it will put it into the correct album, and it will let me immediately title it as soon as it uploads. Because remember, you can bring your photos in, but unless you put your name as the title, I don't know whose work it is. And then I can see it in the folder. So that's where you're going to put your work. And that's how you'll get credit for this assignment. And when I hit Organize, I'll see everyone's name with each project. All right, then to finish up, we can close Photoshop and we can save our different crops or not, because if you don't save them, then they just won't be flattened, but you could still go back to them. And look at all of these files I generated, but these are the ones that are most important. My PSD final project, that's with the green dot. My JPEG final project, that's with the orange dot. These all go into a folder that's for Assignment 1, Contrast, something like that. All of my processed photos go in, and all of my raw exposures that I chose from. And my yellows are the ones I chose from. The orange is the one I uploaded, and the green is the one I would open if I wanted to work on it some more. Then that